everyone and welcome. My name is Jeff and today we are going to have some fun playing Magic and we are playing Torbran Calamity today. So Torbran, Thane of Red Fell, 4 mana cost, Dwarf Noble. If a red source you control would deal damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls, it deals that much damage plus 2 instead. So we are using Cavalcade of Calamity. I know everyone's been wanting to do this deck and I haven't seen anyone playing it so far as playing up against all these other streamers. And so I'm actually really excited to try it out, see how it does against all these other decks that people are playing. But basically, whenever a creature you control attack with power 1 or less, it deals 1 damage to each player or planeswalker it's attacking. So if we have this out, we have a few creatures attacking with 1 power, and then we have a Torbran, then Cavalcade of Calamity is doing 3 damage for every trigger that it has. If we have 2 of them out, it has even more triggers. And we have lots of hasty creatures in this version. So we have Fervent Champion, which is another new addition. And by the way, all of the cards right now, I'm sponsored by Wizards of the Coast with the pre-release event for 1 day. So I have all of the cards for 1 day. And that's why we have like 423,000 gems and stuff, because this isn't actually my account. This is just a fake account that I can use for a day. Anyway, so Fervent Champion, first strike and haste, beautiful. If you have 2 knights out, so the only other knight that we have in the deck is Fervent Champion. So if we get 2 of them out, it does attack in and then it gets a +1. So you get the Cavalcade of Calamity trigger first, and then it'll become a 2/1 first strike with haste if we get these. So this is actually a pretty good turn 2 play, like Scorch Spitter into 2 of these guys. That's a lot of damage really early on. And so that's the kind of thing we're going for. You guys have seen the Cavalcade of Calamity deck. Chandra Spitfire. I haven't really changed too much besides fitting in Torbran and Fervent Champion, but those are the main pieces that you absolutely want to be fitting in. That and actually Castle Embereth, which will, when it enters the battlefield, if you control a mountain, you can give all your creatures +1/+0. So you can do that after Cavalcade of Calamity triggers happen. It is instant speed. And then you can also use Dwarven Mind to create more 1/1 creatures. So I'm trying out 3 copies here. This is kind of testing it out. It's going to see how it does. But let's go ahead and get into the gameplay, see how everything goes, and wish me luck. All right, up against Maki Michiru. Bring it on, Maki. And double Cavalcade Calamity into... Okay, yeah, we're going to keep that. And we're on the play. That's about as good as it gets. We don't have any of the new pieces. We'll see if we can hit like a Torbran on turn 4. That would be beautiful. If we could make that happen, that would be so wonderful. But yeah, let's go ahead and get to playing. Maki Michiru. Sorry guys, I am on one. I only have 1 day to record like 15 videos. So if you see this shirt for like a long time, I'll probably change at some point so it just doesn't look as weird, but yeah, I'm gonna be doing this for a while. All right, well, let's start out with Cavalcade of Calamity. We have the other Scorch Spitter, which could have been nice to get out early. But I want to get the Cavalcade of Calamity out as quick as possible. All right, does have the shock. We give the boo. And what we're hoping for is land for Spitfire. No land. Let's actually just play the Scorch Spitter instead of the second Cavalcade of Calamity here. I want to hold up shock in case they play something that we want to kill. You know, as you do. So it looks like they are also playing... I want the Throne of Eldraine lands. I got the wrong ones. Boo. Piss. Alright, pass to my turn. So if we attack in, we can end up killing it. We have a better board though at the moment, so let's just go ahead and play the Spitfire past the turn. No attacks. If we hit the land for the Scampering Scorcher, we basically win the game. I guess they have a blocker for the Spitfire. All right, so the Dwarf comes down. Yeah, so these Dwarven Minds, it does work well. I think it would be annoying if you have it in like the first 2 lands. Since we're playing so few lands, I think it can be an issue at times. But, I mean, being able to create 1/1 out of playing a land is amazing. Torbran, uh-oh. That's all sorts of not good. Oh, I wanted the land so bad. All right, let's go Cavalcade of Calamity. And we're actually just going to swing in with the Chandra Spitfire. I don't want to have to lose my guy, especially if I'm not going to get enough value here. All right, so he's letting it through, so now we will shock in. Get a little bit more damage in. Down to 6 past the turn. And we have double Cavalcade Calamity. Just Scampering Scorcher alone gets us to lethal. So all we have to find is a land. Oh no. Alright, so this is 4. Oh my gosh, this is a lot of damage. How much damage is this? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 3 is 15 times 4. So if they have a shock, we're dead. So I guess we block Torbran there. That's the only way we can stay alive through a shock, is if we block him. Okay, light up the stage. All right, I think we got it. I think we got it. Oh man, I really wanted the Scampering Scorcher, but it would be lethal if I just swung it, and that's why he's scooping up. Whew, that was insane. Whoa, what is happening here? Dude, I'm just gonna let that go. Apparently there's a bug in the system with the VIP thing, but we're just gonna keep gaining this while I write out my my notes. Let me get up to 25,000 as well. Okay, claim prize. All right, looks like the game is actually just broken. All right, up against Charlusky. Bring it on, Charlusky. The Charlusky. All right, this is decent. Good enough to keep. We have light up the stage for turn 2, which is grand. So yeah, we're definitely going to keep this. I would like to be on the play, but I can't really fix that now. All right, keep 7. All right, 10th Street Dodger. I like hitting the 3rd land there. That's really nice. All right, swing in with the Dodger. Pass the turn. Let's see what we're up against. That was a gate, huh? Agent of Treachery. That's never a good thing to find. Or see. All right, we're going to... Do we want to kill this? I'm assuming they actually just want stuff in the graveyard. It would protect our Chandra. And we already kind of have a turn 3 play of what we want to play. So let's actually just go ahead and use a Chandra's Triumph and swing in. Like, I would like to play the light up the stage there, but I feel like we wouldn't actually end up using those cards. I'd rather make sure that we're using what we want to be using. We would be able to dig for a, what's it called? For Cavalcade Calamity, which... Honestly, now we're wanting Chandra into Torbran. A District Guide comes in. Getting calls from people over here. All right, there's a shock. So Chandra is better with Torbran. So if we hit a land, then this is amazing. We can't really guarantee a land, though. We can also shock, light up the stage, hope for land, and we already played a land, huh? They get a swing in at Chandra after we play it here. Let's go ahead and play the Chandra. If we hit the land for Torbran, it is so good.
Won't lie, I'm a pretty great player. Hey, these little guys are great.
I could have also just pumped up the Chandra. Getting in for 1 point of damage and losing a little bit more value with her could be bad. We shall see, though. Going for the Chandra Spitfire is really only good if we have the Cavalcade of Calamity. Where instead, Torbran, this is the benefit of this, is instead of just hoping for Cavalcade of Calamity, if it comes great, if not, Like Shock, of course, helps with Spitfire, but Torbran lets everything else get so much more powerful. Let's see what they've got. Three creatures in the graveyard. Land into Blood for Bones would be really bad. All right, Rankle. Also not great. So he only gets the value from Wrinkle if he does damage to a player. District Guide is also going at Chandra. So if we block and then let Torbran, if Torbran does come down, Wrinkle can just make us discard it. So I think we just let Chandra go.
Next time,
I'd rather get more damage in. So yeah, we do find the land for Torbran. We hope they don't have removal. Swing in, and that's a lot of damage there. Down to 10. Now, if they do make a sacrifice, we have 10th Street Dodger to sacrifice. Then we have Shock and the Lightning Strike. Hopefully find another hasty creature or so. And swing in. Or more Shocks. Shocks would be amazing here. Don't have removal, though. Please, no removal. Pretty please. The cherry on top. Maybe the better play was to wait until we could also kill Wrinkle with a Shock. I really don't know. I think we just have to hope that we can get the best stuff we can. If they have something to get back Agent of Treachery, this is very bad for us. And that might be something they're looking at, is to see if it's better for us for them to draw and try to find that. If they make us discard, it's probably Chandra, actually, which is weird. We don't have the guy that gives Spitfire haste in this right now. I probably could be playing that as well. All right, discards a card, and we're going to be drawing the cards as well. Maybe it's worthwhile just to get rid of Light Up the Stage then. I mean, Spitfire is actually a pretty good blocker now. Let's see, if we Shock here... All right, thinking this through. So if we Shock here, we're gonna do 4-7 damage. If we Shock and then pump, so it's lethal if they don't have anything else. It's a little bit awkward with the Wrinkle, so let's go ahead and swing in. No blocks. There we go. Yes! All right. That was amazing. Yes! Oh, beautifulness. All right, up against Hane. Bring it on, Hane. And yeah, that's a keeper. That is definitely a keeper. Let's go for a Scorch Spitter first. Pass the turn. So do we go for the double 10th Street Dodger into Cavalcade of Calamity next? I mean, where did they could have discard? Let's go for Cavalcade of Calamity. Pass the turn. Chandra helps us out a little bit there. If we can get Krenko out, though, ooh, man, I really, really want to play Krenko. Oh, alrighty then. If they want to block with Paradise Druid, that's fine. We're going to swing in for as much as we can. Dropping down to 10. Yes, they are. Past the turn. Is this Abzan or is the... What is this? Castle Lochthwain. Go ahead and use that. That would be great. Actually, if they would right now, that's a lot of damage lost. They draw a card first, so it'd be 7 damage. Yeah, I'm intrigued with Castle Lochthwain. I think that with decks that are actually wanting to lose life, it can be pretty good. And there's definitely times it's worth playing, of course. Vigilance on this guy's annoying. Light up the stage, eh? So we can swing in unblocked. I want to get this light up the stage to trigger, though. Do I attack with both of these guys or not is the question. We really need to hit lands, I think, to have a shot here. So swing in with the Dodger. I might give them the chance to hit this 10 straight Dodger as well. Let's not be too greedy. I think that we can still win this game without that. Let's go ahead and light up the stage. There's land. If we find another land for Torbran, then we win the game. All right, so if we hit land off the top, we win. If we don't and we just play Chandra, we probably also win. The Great Henge gets a gain 2 life and pay 2 at that. Really good. But if we hit the land for Torbran, I just don't know how they come back from that. Down to 12. No, I wanted the land so bad. All right, how much damage is this? 4 and 6. Yeah, so this is still lethal.
Living in a monastery full of firebrands?
Oh, I really wanted the Torbran so bad, though. Down to 4, only 2 lockers. All right, these guys also do damage, so all sorts of dead. No life link. The game. So fun. So fun. All right, up against Autumn Lily. Bring it on, Autumn Lily. Let's do this madness. This is keepable. It's not lovely, but it's keepable. Chandra with the shocks is nice. And Scorch Bitter is always a really good turn 1 play. Pass the turn. And I do actually like having 3 lands so that we have a chance of getting up to Torbran, because that's been the hardest part so far with this, is that the 4 mana to get up to Torbran has been really difficult to do. Once upon a time. So that's kind of taken the spot of Bond of Insight, which is actually good for aggro, except that then they're going to be more consistent in their plays, so that's also bad. Will this make them discard once they draw? I guess if you don't have a turn 1 play. I don't know. Let's go ahead and... Oh, I actually know that they're playing Planeswalkers. This hits Planeswalkers, so let's go ahead and shock the Gilded Goose. Swing on in there. Food tokens are very annoying. The gain 3 life is very relevant, and I tend to forget about it. It's a good artifact, like, to still have. It's pretty decent. All right, pass to my turn. Let's go ahead and play Chandra. If they want to trade off the Paradise Druid for Scorch Bitter, that's fine. Let's go ahead and swing in. Get as much damage as we can. I'm believing... Ooh, this is red? Is this red Oko tokens? I'm pretty sure we're gonna see Oko. Wicked Wolf, okay. So they can sacrifice a food. Does fight here, okay. And he gains indestructible with that. So we have to wait for it to attack in because it has to tap. Oh, if it's already tapped, it still works, doesn't it? All right, play Scorch Spitter. You want to keep Chandra alive if possible. They may actually sacrifice this to make it big enough to kill Chandra.
These little guys are great.
We actually want to shock this Paradise Druid as well. So if they block and then we shock it, then they'll sacrifice it to make it grow, and then we can Chandra's Triumph. Is it worth doing all of that just to kill this guy? Where we can do it if they swing in? No, we can't. We can do it in response to them swinging in and then sacking. All right, down to 11, pass the turn. The question is, do I want to... I'm debating if I still want to shock this Paradise Druid. I guess we're already past that time now. But yeah. I would rather keep this for damage to face. Especially with Torbran in the deck. If we do hit Torbran, we get to do any extra damage. It's so powerful. All right, what you got? I'm in between on whether or not I actually like Wicked Wolf. Like, it is annoying right now. It's a really good defender. The fact that they have food out there is really nice for them. But I feel like you have to have so many things go right for it to be a powerful card. And by that, I mean, you just at least have to have food, which Gilded Goose, you're probably going to be wanting to spend that food for other stuff. All right, so shock the Paradise Druid. No blocks. See if they go to sack it. Haha, we gotcha. A booyah! All right, there we go.
There's no problem.
That was good. Yeah, we played that exactly. I didn't expect them to swing at the Paradise Druid. That was a good time to shock it, though. I guess we could have... The only way for them to actually sacrifice it, though, is if we had killed Paradise Druid. So it was necessary for what we needed to do. If we can find Cavalcade of Calamity here or Torbran, oh, that would be so good. Torbran actually is close to lethal. Now it might be. Fervent Champion's good, though. I mean, it's not amazing or anything, but it's good. All right.
Go get him, buddies.
Swing on in there. They're a land away from this Beanstalk Giant, so I'm not sure if they're actually going to block. They could block the Scorch Spitter. And it might have been a decent play for them there. Ask the turn. What you got? We have a lot of things that we can get on top of our deck. We also still have shocks for the Chandra here. And opponent scoops it up. Yes! I actually am really intrigued on what they were playing there. A Temur, actually that was 4 colors that we had seen so far. So interesting. Maybe, I have no clue what that was. All right, up against Yamanagi. So I am up against a bunch of other streamers and players. If you guys know any of these guys, let me know down in the comments below. I like to know if other people are there. So Fervent Champion, this is sweet. So now we get to, man, I wish I was going first here. I want to test these guys out on turn 1. Ginger Brute. Uh-oh. Well, hello there. Yeah, we attacking as well. Pass the turn. All right, Emery. Milling over a bunch of stuff. Oh, this is a gargoyle that... Ooh, okay. I've been intrigued on how to build something like this, so we'll see how this goes for them. Do I need to kill her? So the Vantress is also a gargoyle. So I think we have to kill Emery here. Kind of a bummer. We don't get as much value as we would like there, but I think that not letting them play the gargoyles gonna be pretty good there for us. Unless you have 4 more cards in... So it can't attack unless you have 7 or more cards in graveyard. It can't block unless you have 4 more cards in hand. So they did have cards in hand, and we need to have them not have blockers. Right, monitor. That's annoying. It's very annoying. That's good though. All right, so now we get to swing in. We at least get to shock the monitor, get in with for light up the stage. All right, swing on in there. All right, they block and block. We do have first strike. We didn't get any damage in, so light up the stage didn't work. Bummer. I wasn't expecting them to block with the Brute. I guess if they get 7 cards in the graveyard, though, it helps them out a lot. That's annoying. Light up the stage. Perfect champion. No attacks past the turn. We get Krenko next turn. I can't help but feeling that the Signpost Scarecrow is not the very best thing they could be playing, but I mean, it is stopping us pretty well. All these high toughness creatures are very annoying for our deck. We just have to wait until we find some good stuff, though. So if we can get in with, you know, we'll get down Krenko. Stonecoil Serpent. All right. That's bad. Shock. All right, Krenko. If we could assign which way they were going to block, we could maybe make this work, but let's go ahead and light up the stage. Another Krenko. Yay. Okay, no attacks past the turn. That means that we can attack in pretty aggressively with Krenko at least. Just to get Gabos. We also do have 3 first strikers, so... We'll take 7. Man, that's a lot. Down to 10. Man, all this high toughness is really difficult for us to beat. It's really kind of annoying. All right, play the mountain. Does this have vigilance as well? Or, oh, it just got untapped. Dude. All right, swinging with Krenko. Yeah, lose Krenko, play Krenko. Play Scorch Spitter. We just have to not die here. Alright, so triple block there. This guy's fine. Actually, I guess we can block with Krenko. And take 7 again. Down to 3. Dwarven Mine. Alright, swinging with Krenko. This guy can't kill Krenko. Now we have enough blockers to kill the serpent. Doesn't swing in. Ooh. Is that enough damage? Let's see here. My goodness, that was beautiful. I'm not sure if that was actually enough damage there, but I'm glad that he scooped. I'm not sure if we would have been able to finish that or not, but that was beautiful, and that was fun to see their deck. I'm intrigued by what they were actually trying to go for there. Now we'll see. Anyway, let's go to the wrap up here. At Torbran Calamity, it was definitely a calamity. I don't know. So yeah, we got to see pretty heavy what Fervent Champion can do there on that last one. It was pretty good, except they had a lot of blockers, which is the issue. They had lots of high toughness blockers. But at the same time, we would have been able to make them all 2/1s as they're swinging in. I wish that you could choose a little bit later on into the attack, and you can make one of them like a 3/1. But still really good stuff. I think this is a really, really fun deck overall, really powerful. Torbran, I didn't feel like made it broken, but it's still a very good deck. Like that's pretty much how it was. It's like Torbran was just another Cavalcade of Calamity. It was another bomb card in there where it's like, okay, sweet, like that can be very good for us and it makes it more consistent. But I didn't feel like it broke the deck in any way. So I know a lot of people are kind of worried about that. I feel like it's still a 4-mana card. We have like, I had to add more lands to make this an actual deck that can play 4 or 6 4-drops, which honestly might be too many. Maybe we get rid of Scampering Scorcher, which reduces the value so much on other stuff. So I'm not sure about Torbran. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts down in the comments below. If this is how you would build it, what things you would maybe change. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much, and bye-bye. Thank you.